Hey everybody, my name is Noah and I am the writer-director of our upcoming film Relationship Killers. Tonight's broadcast is an announcement about a new perk that we have on our Indiegogo campaign for the crowdfunder. The new perk is a electronic Valentine's Day card that you can send to one of your loved ones or one of your friends. You can even send them out as jokes. I'll show you a couple of them real quick. This is probably our most favorite one. This is my cast. Going from left to right is Jerry G. Angelo, who plays the character of Dr. D. Then we have E. Tally II, who plays 2. We have Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character Braven, and Lexie Mccowan, who plays Betty Gray. Again, here's Jerry as Dr. D in a illustrated version. Here's E as 2 in an illustrated version. Here's Asia as 2 in an illustrated version. And here's Lexie as 2 in an illustrated version. Alrighty, so we're gonna go to a quick video. It's just a kind of a explanation of what our film is about, coming from me and my cast and my crew. And it's just, again, it's just like a quick little explanation video about our film. Hi, my name is Noah, and I am the filmmaker for Relationship Killers.
My name is Asia Lau'ren. I will be playing Braven in the short film Relationship Killers.
Hi, I'm Brianna Hansen, and I'm one of the producers with Relationship Killers.
I'm so excited. Noah, thank you for this opportunity. Right on.
Hi, my name is Lexie Mccowan, and I'm Beta Grain in Relationship Killers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carly Steichen. I'm going to be the director of photography on Relationship Killers.
Hey, everybody. My name's Julia. I'm one of the producers on Relationship Killers. I'm super stoked to be a part of this project, working with Noah and working with all of you.
Greetings, everyone. I'm E. Tally II, and I play the character 2 in Relationship Killers.
We're not getting any video from that one, Noah.
Greetings, everyone. I'm E. Tally II,
And I started working on this film.
We're not getting any video from that one, Noah.
Character, a lot of people make up for a teacher or a TV. Has very rooted in allegory, and her past experiences have definitely turned her out to be the person that she is. And I didn't want a character that was just scorned or mad at the world. Ended up working with Asia, who also, another soldier, and an incredibly talented actress, and someone who took the role and really went for it, dove in, and has been an amazing partner to develop the character out to where she.
She's just an amazing person. And her role in the film is fun. And I honestly can't wait for you all to see it. You're definitely in for a treat.
And I remember when I read the script for the first time, it was so well done written. And it's about these two characters going to therapy together, and the story just went a whole different direction. And the way it ended, it was like, whoa, I did not even expect that. And as an editor, I'm really excited to do something that's unexpected in a story, because there's not every other typical story about two people going to therapy.
I adore Noah, and everything he does, I just try to support as much as possible, because as a person in the creative space, I love when people have awesome creative minds, and I think Relationship Killers is a great example of just how good of a writer and director and producer he is. So I hope that you are able to, help support the cause. I say that as a producer. Now, you may be like, why are you filming this so close to your face? Well, fun story. I actually originally was cast in Relationship Killers, and then life comes at you fast. So and then time moves slow. Life comes at you fast, and then time moves slow, and you never sleep again. So anyway, I am no longer in the cast, but I am a huge supporter of the incredible actors they have. I just think it's going to be amazing.
And let me tell you, I am super excited about this script. It's super clever, it's really well written, and I absolutely can't wait to shoot it. And I really appreciate any and all help that you can give to getting this project off the ground. Thank you so much, and can't wait to see what we make.
I also wanted to make a film that was super dark, still had some humor to it, and just very, very character.
And I have had a wonderful time working with and getting to know all of the cast and crew on this project. Of the many memorable things that I've experienced thus far, the most memorable is this delicious corn liquor that Noah introduced me to after rehearsal one day. It was absolutely amazing, and I look forward to getting some more, Noah.
You said what? I do not recall the event.
So many thanks to Noah and all of the supporters who have made this project come to life. And stay tuned for the release of Relationship Killers in the new year. Woohoo!
I'm super excited to get this film going and to hit the ground running. And thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. The short film Relationship Killers. Peace.
I say all this because I hope you can support this project. I hope you can support independent film and incredible creative minds and creatives like Noah and the rest of the crew.
Okay, so that's us. That's our film, Relationship Killers. It's a short film that was designed originally as a proof of character. So I've been working on a world for a long time, almost 15 years, called Lethal Ladies. And it's I say world, it's more of a universe. There's a lot of things going on different timelines and spaces. But I had these two characters that I kept coming back to that I loved so much. And that was the character of Betty Grain and the character of Braven. You know, Braven was definitely first and kind of stayed the same as far as working her into this proof of character, this proof of concept short film. But Betty Grain changed a little bit, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and I started working on their backstories and where they came from and why they say what they say, why they do what they do. And in doing so, like, that actually became plot. It became what the story was for our little our film, Relationship Killers. For those of you who are just joining us, this broadcast is an announcement. We have a brand new perk on our crowdfunding fundraiser campaign on Indiegogo. The new perk is a electronic Valentine's Day card that you can send your loved ones, you can send to your friends, you can send them to people's jokes if you want. One of them is this here Valentine's Day card, and it is going from left to right. This is my cast. This is Jerry G. Angelo, who plays the character of Dr. D. Then we have E. Tally II, who plays the character of 2, and Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character of Braven, and then Lexie Mccowan, who plays the character of Betty Grain. And then this is the illustrated version of Lexie as Betty Grain. Here's the illustrated version of Asia as Braven, illustrated one as E as 2, and finally Jerry G. Angelo as Dr. D. But that's our film. That's our crowdfunding campaign. We cannot thank you enough for your support. Please continue to do so. Definitely spread the word about it. And with that, we are going to go to another one of these videos. Let me...
Everyone, my name is Asia Lau'ren, and I play Braven in the film Relationship Killers. And I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to all of you beautiful souls out there, and I hope you get some.
That's my girl Asia, who I love so much. And we are going to go over to the actual campaign itself, because I want to show you what this looks like. Okay, so on the campaign, this is our regular title page with all the perks listed on the right-hand side. We are a fiscally sponsored cast and crew. So because we're predominantly military veterans and we have a rather diverse cast and crew, we were chosen for fiscal sponsorship by the company From the Heart Productions, which allows us to get tax-deductible donations from people. And those tax-deductible receipts can be used at the end of the year when you go to file your taxes. All your normal perks are also there as well. This is a really fun one. This is a fake diagnosis that you can get from Jerry G. Angelo as Dr. D. The way it works is you'll send us a fake therapy session where you explain to him what's going on, and then we will respond with a diagnosis for you. This is, of course, fake. If you do need mental health, please seek a mental health expert. But this is, just narrative for fun, and we'll respond with a fake psychoanalysis. And then our featured one at the very tip top, this is our new Valentine's Day perk. And with this perk, you get a lot. You don't just get the card itself, the e-poster. So you get that in the email. You'll also get a social media shout out from all of our accounts on social media. You'll get an electronic download of the film, and you'll even get a special thanks credit in IMDb for this Valentine's Day perk. And there's only 10 of them, so please hop on it as quickly as possible. And with that, I'm going to cut back to stream, and then we're going to go to another video. And this one is going to be of this is me talking to Jerry. We were in prep, and we were working on the character of Dr. D, and this film, I really made it so that, well, I'll just let myself explain.
And like, I've been pretty vocal about it with the cast and the crew, but I purposely, in writing this sucker on the screenplay, made it a point that at no point in time is there a page where there's a character on the page and later will be on the screen that is in not one way or another a narcissist. All of our characters are narcissists in this film. Different kinds, narcissy, just like any other type of mental health, has a variety of ways that it can show itself. And for Dr. D, I think there is a level of that prestigiousness. He knows that he's the subject matter expert on a lot of things. Specifically in our film, when it comes to the therapy session, he's a world leading expert on psychoanalysis. He's sought after for advice and lectures and things of that nature in the world of academia centered around mental health. So he has like I said, he is a little bit of a know-it-all, but he has good reason to be that way, because it's not like he doesn't know. It's not like he refuses to believe that he is faultless, but he does know really well that he is a subject matter expert on most things, specifically the mental health, which is what our film revolves around. Jerry, as a person, between Jerry and Dr. D, what's your most favorite thing about Dr. D? Like, if he was just a person that you knew.
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I think one of the aspects of him is that, whatever he says, it's what he doesn't say. I would say that. So it's more what he doesn't say. He says what he says, but by the time he's saying, he could say 1,000 different things in response, but he chooses to say things the way he wants to, and he has options all the time. He gets to choose, and he's so in control of everything that he can have fun also, and he can talk to hear himself talk, and he admires himself.
For sure.
I guess that's not, I don't admire myself. I mean, again, I was getting into the description of the character more, but I would say just.
Okay. So I think that might be enough of a deep dive into Jerry and his character, Dr. D. For those of you who are just joining us, this is an announcement from our film. We have a little new perk that we're offering on our crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. We are offering out electronic Valentine's Day cards. These cards will be sent to you to send to your loved ones, to your friends. You can send them to people as jokes. But this first one here is my lovely cast. Starting from the left to going right is Jerry G. Angelo, who plays Dr. D. E. Tally II, who plays 2. Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character of Braven, and then Lexie Mccowan, who plays the character of Betty. And then this is an illustrated version of the character Betty Grain, played by Lexie Mccowan, Asia Lau'ren as Braven, E. Tally II as 2, and then Jerry G. Angelo as Dr. D. Now I want to show y'all a recording of a podcast that me and my cast and my DP and my first AD did with Meredith For Real, who has the Curious Introvert podcast. And we're going to go to that. Neil.
Just strange enough to inspire fiction. Today's guests will be sharing about their inputs and insights given and gained from their real lives and those they play in the film Relationship Killers. It's a dark comedy that centers around mental health and a secret that may ruin one couple's first therapy session. Please welcome writer Noah Waters III and his delightful cast of characters on and off screen. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So I'm really excited to see more of how these characters play out in the film, especially since y'all let me in on the table reading. As we were, y'all were going through it, I couldn't help but associate the characters, different characters, with people I knew in real life, with the exception of E's character, because it totally reminded me of Mrs. Doubtfire.
I never thought of that, but that's such a lovely takeaway. Rest in peace, Robin Williams.
100%. And Noah, as a writer, you have said that you prefer character-driven writing as opposed to a concept-first approach. When you were writing the characters for this film, did you have the characters first and then you put them into the scenarios, or did some of the characters show up in your imagination as pairs?
So the character of Raven was first. She existed in the larger world, Lethal Ladies, first. Like she had her own thing, and I knew her backstory pretty well. And then Betty Grain originally had a different backstory in the larger world, and then in creating Relationship Killers, I drilled down into their backstory, why they do what they do, why they say what they say, which kind of became plot. Like it became what the storyline was. So same thing, but it was just getting that much more specific is what dictated their, the story of our film.
And that makes it so relatable, and the characters seem so real because of it. So I'm totally invested in this now. And I'd love to do a quick round robin, and we'll start with Carly. But the question is, what has getting to know your character, and Carly, I know you're not a character, but work with me, girl. What has getting to know your character taught you about relationships? And if you could tell the listeners your real name, and then your character's name and kind of, who they are in relationship to the story, that would be helpful as well. So Carly, kick it off for us, girl.
Okay, so my name's Carly Steichen. I'm actually not a character in the film. I am the director of photography, but that means that I take on the responsibility of giving the film its character. I put it all in a big picture. Instead of just one person, I'm worried about the whole thing. And so for me, this project has allowed me to look at my own relationships and try to bring those dynamics to what I'm trying to bring to the screen.
The dynamics of the bigger picture of everything.
Yes.
I love that.
Hi, I'm Lexie Mccowan, and I play Betty Grain.
I feel like my character has definitely, I mean, I'm not anywhere close to being as, let's put it, anal as my character. But definitely I feel like from certain parts of the film that communication and vulnerability are definitely something that needs to happen more often, and not to be afraid of it, because you never know if it might be the demise of your relationship. It's always great to bring it up and do it in a way that's productive for both people in the relationship.
That's so true. I relate to your your character. I was like, I know that girl. She lives inside of me. and it's so true, because people with a very whatever that personality type is called, kind of maybe a personality type, who knows, but when they tend to correct their partner's grammar while in the middle of a verbal confrontation, they're also the person very committed to not being vulnerable. So that's such a good insight. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we all have an inner Betty and an inner Braven. It just depends what monster we.
So it depends on the mood.
Right, exactly. I'm Asia Lau'ren. I play Braven. Me and Betty are married, and I think, I mean, what Betty said, 1,000%. Vulnerability is one of the main takeaways. That it's teaching me in my own personal life, but also people receive love differently, and learning how to give it the way that they can receive it. We kind of explore that. Me and Betty, we're in love. We've been together for a while, but we're missing the mark. We're not giving and receiving the way we think we are. And so that's something even in my personal life that I'm, trying to maneuver around and learn how to pay attention to people and what they need from me. And then also show people what I need from them. Yeah.
Oh, that's so true. And
we're gonna cut in real quick here, and for those of you that are just joining us, this broadcast is an announcement for our film Relationship Killers. We are announcing a brand new perk on our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. The new perk is an electronic Valentine's Day card that you can send to your loved ones, your friends, your family. You can yell into people's jokes. And in doing so, you're helping us spread the word about the film. You're also getting a loving little gift to send out for Valentine's Day. This one here is my cast. Going from left to right, we have Jerry G. Angelo, who plays the character of Dr. D. And we have E. Talley II, who plays the character of 2. We have Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character of Raven. And we have Lexie Mccowan, who plays the character of Betty Grain. This is the illustrated version of Lexie as Betty Grain. This is the illustrated version of Asia as Raven. This is the illustrated version of E as 2. And this is the illustrated version of Jerry as Dr. D. Alrighty, let's go back to the podcast.
And that applies to romantic and platonic relationships. Everyone has a language of love, or you might feel more comfortable calling it a language of appreciation if you're in an office setting. But regardless of what you label it, it is something that connects with that person when you're speaking to them. So I love that insight so much.
Yes.
Man, you all are so good.
Absolutely.
My name is Jerry Angelo. I play the character of Dr. D. And thanks for having us on here, Meredith. This is kind of cool. We get to see everyone in a different light instead of just doing our table reads. But Dr. D's character, what I learned from him is that he just knows everything already. He just he believes that just because someone says something, he already knows how to analyze someone's entire life and their relationship. And I think that's impossible to do, and it's terrible to even try to think that you can do that. Like, even if people do this in real life, as far as where I'm at, I'd like to keep things present, and we're ever changing and maturing. And the reason, I can't say what happens to him. Can I, Noah?
No.
Oh, yeah. So I'm glad I carry on. But anyway, I believe that, everyone gets, the universe brings to you what you deserve and what you've manifested in your life. And there's, if you get a flat tire or something like that, for some way or reason, the way you handle that and the way why it comes to you, there's a reason for it. And if you choose to take it, take a positive approach to it, then you're in good shape. And if you take a negative approach to it, then you're gonna, that's where you're at. So Dr. D has some karma, some big karma coming his way.
Why do I feel like I have just been in the best therapy session already? Just from like hearing all of your wonderful insights. This is great.
Oh. Tragedy, lots of tragedy.
Yes, yes.
Oh man.
But you survive. What doesn't kill you makes you better.
We'll find out.
And then also Einstein says that whatever about stupid, like doing the same thing over and over makes you stupid, or there's some kind of a more intelligent way of saying that. But if you learn those two, then you're in good shape.
Yes, exactly.
Einstein said that's the definition of insanity.
Insanity. There we go.
Yes, so Dr. D.
All right, thanks, Jerry.
Hi, my name is Janet Lopez, and I'm the producer. And I'm also playing just a small role of a girl crying in the waiting room. But after reading the script, I was intrigued. Seeing everybody perform it, it just came to life. I think one of the greatest lessons that I came out of, I think anybody can reflect while watching this film, but I feel like everybody has, I don't want to say a hidden secret or something that you don't want your partner to know about you, at least to a certain extent, whether it's because you're embarrassed by it or you think it's going to affect the relationship and you just don't know when to bring it up, or if you should or shouldn't. So that's something that, you can learn from that. Like sometimes it's not as bad as you think it's going to be, or sometimes you should just let it all out there and let that person accept you for who you are, regardless, because it's going to come out no matter what, or it's going to affect your relationship. So, whatever it is, just think about it. And if it's something that, if it's you, if it's a part of you, then maybe that's something that you want to share.
That's so wise. And it complements what Jerry said about not being committed to not being vulnerable, but instead purposely choosing vulnerability. That's beautiful. Yeah. All right, E?
I'm E. Talley II, and I play the fabulous Two. And what I like about Two, yes, I see you, Asia girl, yes. Yes, the fabulous Two. And I like Two because...
All right, pause right there. Switch back over to just a reminder for those of you who are just now joining us. We are announcing a brand new perk for our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign for our film Relationship Killers. The Valentine's Day cards are electronic. Once you get the perk, you can send them to your friends, to your family, to your loved ones. Here's an illustrated one of my actor, Lexie Mccowan, who plays the character of Betty Grang. Here's one of my actor, Lau'ren, who plays Braven. This is E. Talley II, who plays Two. And this is an illustrated Valentine's Day card of Jerry G. Angelo, who plays Dr. D. And then here is our final one. This is the cast that we just went over, going from right to left. And then let's hop into...
Happy Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I'm E. Talley II. Happy Valentine's Day. I played the character Two. Happy Valentine's Day. In relationship killers. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. You feel it. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
That is my man 2. That's my man E, who plays the character of 2. E is such an amazing actor, such an amazing performer. And I did not write the character of 2 for E. He's so perfect. His performance is amazing, and I'm so excited for you to get to see him do it because, as we talked about in the beginning, it is a dark comedy. We are talking about subjects and themes that are very, very dark and deep and possibly sensitive. But with 2, there is a humor that is respectful about all of that, and is still just a big light in the world that's so dark. But we're gonna hop back into the podcast with Meredith.
He is unapologetically himself in all of his relationships. And I think a lot of times people sacrifice too much of who they are to please other people, not just romantic relationship, but even in our society as we go on our day-to-day lives. We're always trying to lessen who we are to sort of uplift other people. And 2 does not do that, honey. Trust. He is like, I am 2, and I am here, and I am positive, and I'm sunshine. And even though there are some who challenge him, they shall go nameless. Have to see the film in order to see who challenges 2 in all of his positivity. Hallelujah. But no, but 2 is just very assured of who he is and knows it and goes forth with his truth. And I like that.
I like it too. That's oh my gosh, it's so great. I love the brightness that your character brings to the whole scenario too, because as I said in the intro, it is a dark comedy, but that doesn't mean there isn't comedy. So I love that it's your character that brings the comedy, and it's not necessarily like a slapstick type thing. It's really just your character being, like you said, authentic. That's fantastic. Okay, well, the next thing that I would love to ask the people who are or have been married is to weigh in. Lexie, girl, I'm going to pitch this to you, so just you get ready.
Obviously.
Well, I think there was one other person that has been married in the cast, correct?
Gary.
Yeah. So you're not being singled out. I promise. So yeah, not just you. So this was some advice that someone gave to me, and I thought it was pretty good advice, but I would love to hear what you think about it. So Lexie, we'll start with you since your heart rate already raised because you thought I was singling you out. So the advice was that marriage isn't always 50-50, but it should always equal 100. What do you think?
I love that.
Yeah, I do too. What do you think, Lexie?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 100, always both of you put in 100%. And like, it's not going to happen all the time. Some days you're not feeling yourself, you're getting, stressed out at work, and you just you don't feel like cooking or cleaning. You don't feel like, doing anything but vegging. And, it's the responsibility of the other person to pick up that slack. Not that it's slack, but it's like, to take care of the other person and to make sure that they're okay so that you both can be continuing on with the 100%. It's similar to what I've told you about the A&C thing.
Yeah, explain that.
Oh, okay. So there's this thing called the A&C technique where the person who's in the A position is, the caretaker, the person that listens and wants to emotionally like help you and is in that caretaking mode. Then the C person is the person who is in that moment being vulnerable and sharing what's up, whether it's, hey, you said something, or there's this thing that was going on earlier today and it really got me thinking, and spiraling down, overthinking about our relationship, and just want to talk about it. The role of the A person in that situation is to listen and to see what's going on, and the person in the C position talks about what's happening, and kind of like after they talk about it, they're supposed to be like, I don't know what if you do know, then you can say like, oh, I could really just go for a hug right now, or I'd appreciate it if we could in the future not say these kind of things in that way. And the person in the A position goes, okay, yeah, I can give you a hug, or even if you can't do it in the moment, because sometimes you guys are in a drop down, drag them out fight, and it's hard to want to give that person the affection or whatever it is they need. So you'd be like, I cannot do that right now, but you know what? I promise that I will work on it. I just need to step away from the situation. Mm-hmm. So it really gives the opportunity for each person in the relationship to be vulnerable and have that care given, and you won't feel ignored and you won't feel like you need to shut down. It keeps that openness in the relationship, and it really helps with communication and keeping that flow going.
I love that.
Hope that made sense.
Yeah, it totally did. Jerry, what do you think about the 50-50-100 advice?
Yeah. So, I think first of all, for each individual, if they take it in a positive sense, then that's the best first way to take it, whether it's 50% or 100%. If you're optimistic and looking at that, if you're looking at it as a challenge, then there could be some issues in there, because there can be resentment if if your partner is not upholding their part of the deal, or helping reach the 100%. When I was a little less mature in learning relationships, I would say, it's like throwing up all the cards, and it's, even though you're capable of catching all the cards, it requires both members to catch, to catch their fair share of cards. So it's not just one or the other. What's changed in me is, from my relationship and having had a marriage that didn't work out, and just, like I said, maturing, what's most important, I put all the, regardless of the other person, it's 100% on me to keep myself in alignment and centered and grounded. And if I'm in that place, all the things that I'm responsible, or the things that I need to take care of, are being taken care of. They're being nurtured. They're healthy. Everything's in a high frequency. Like, you're operating in your life at the, in the best capacity as you can be. So, whether you're reaching 80% or 100% in whoever's eyes or whatever, but you're clearly in a good spot. So you're able to give 1,000,000%. If you're starting to take away from yourself, then you're going to be less helpful. And then you start to feel like you have to make up for something. And I don't think you should always, that's not a good place to come from. It's not the healthiest place to come from.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to hop in here real quick. And just for those of you who don't know, the reason for this broadcast is we are announcing a brand new perk on our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. This new perk is a Valentine's Day card, an electronic Valentine's Day card that you can send to your family, to your loved ones, to your friends, you can send it to your family, your friends, your loved ones, and even as a joke, if you want to send it to people. But this is E. Tally II as the character 2. This is Jerry G. Angelo, who plays the character of Dr. D. This is Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character of Braven, and Lexie Mccowan, who plays the character of Betty Green. And with that, we are going to hop to my DP.
Wanted to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day.
And we're going to hop over.
I agree. That's very good words of wisdom, and I love how you worded that. This film is called Relationship Killers, kind of referring to the cardinal sins of, you know, the things that end partnerships, right? E, I would love to have you weigh in on this. What would you classify as maybe the top 2 relationship killers that you've either observed or experienced?
Not too. One thing is lying, because I think that if you lie, you will eventually get caught, and the longer it takes to get caught, the more damage it will have on the relationship. And then tied to that is having strong communication. If you don't talk about what you're going through, then those feelings will just fester, and they can really damage the relationship as well. And it's hard to talk to your partner about truth and what's going on. Like, I like what Lexie and Jerry was saying, but particularly what Lexie was saying, you know, like when you're going through stuff, sometimes it's very difficult to articulate to your partner what exactly you're going through. And your partner wants you to talk, like, please talk to me, tell me what's going on. And sometimes you're just not there or able to talk about it. And so finding a way to work through that so that both parties can constructively get to the point where they can communicate, that takes work, you know. And I see you, Lexie, and I love this hair. You know, this is the first time I've seen Lexie with her hair like draped, and it is fabulous. I'm like, I'm gonna have to let my hair down. But anyway, but yes, lying hurts a relationship, and lack of communication hurts it in major ways if you don't tackle it truthfully.
Preach. Lying is, for me, that's the number one. If you lie, where do we go from here? You know, that is a relationship killer. Noah, you are in what phase of production for this film? Tell us about where that's at and how people can support the progression of that.
So we're in like prep stage 3, basically. There's been, you know, a variety of delays and things of that nature because of, I'm just going to say 2020.
Yeah.
That'd be the explanation for a lot of it. But
COVID.
COVID. I've been working on the screenplay for over 2 years. And it's kind of stayed the same as far as what happens, you know, the points. And then as this current cast and crew, we've been prepping for how long? 8 months? It seems like forever, because we were going to shoot a couple months ago, and then that got delayed, and then
feels like a year.
It's been a year.
June?
I feel like it's
No, June or July, like June. I think June.
Really?
I don't know.
Maybe
It
July.
seems like a long time. But
It's been a long time.
everyone's put in a lot of work. I'm very, very hard on my cast. You know, I don't let them get away with anything. I work with them, I collaborate with them, but you know, everyone's gotten at least 400 homework assignments. You know, I'm very, very.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say picky. I'm specific, but I'm still collaborative and let them take ownership of all of their choices. So that's kind of where we are. You know, we've been in like a virtual prep, if you will, for a long time. We've been doing virtual rehearsals, and then we've done some COVID safe in-person things a few times just for spacing, and so that me and Carly can kind of get an eye on what we look like from a spatial awareness situation. And then as far as helping, I'm my last word. My last name is in Spielberg, so no one's going to give me a check to go make what I want. So this is a.
You don't know that.
This is a.
Somebody drop a 10,000 on you one time.
This is a passion.
Ask two to give you the money.
We are fundraising through fan and crowd support. We're doing it through the platform Indiegogo, and that is an active campaign that we are continuing to work on. Me and my company are partnering with Jerry and his company, Rocket Pig, who are helping with that side of the fundraising and everything. So that's kind of where we are now. I think as a cast, like, we're ready to go, or they're ready to go rather. And we just need money in the bank to greenlight everything.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping that this chat that we had today is a great way to paint the picture of the treasure trove that this story delivers. And as we wrap up here, can you give people, like, if you were going to give one website for them to connect with you and the cause of this film, what would that be?
When does this drop?
It's going to be in February. I had to figure out what day it was. Yes, so on Monday. It will drop on Monday.
Okay, cool. So then our Indiegogo campaign will still be active.
Okay.
And then we have accounts on every social media platform at Relationship Killers Film, except for Twitter. I had to change it up because of someone else already had that. Yeah. But I'll give, we have a link tree that I'll send to Meredith and she can put in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure I put it in the show notes, and it'll be in the email and all over social media, because this is such a fun film and a fun way of talking about about relationships, which we can all relate to. So thanks, guys. That's a wrap. Woo!
Hi, I'm Lexie Mccowan, and I played Betta Green in Relationship Killers, and I wanted to wish you a very lovely Valentine's Day.
Nightmarish Teen Rehab Center. Felon. Law student.
My name is Angelo Lau'ren, and I play Braven in the film Relationship Killers. I just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to all of you.
Happy Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I'm Tally 2. Happy Valentine's Day. I play the character 2. Happy Valentine's Day. In Relationship Killers. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. You feel it. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Alrighty, guys, that is my lovely cast. And again, for those of you who are just now joining us, we are broadcasting to announce to everyone that we are announcing a brand new perk on our Indiegogo campaign. The perk is a digital or electronic Valentine's Day card. And this one here tends to be our most favorite. This is the cast going from left to right. Is Jerry G. Angelo, who plays the character of Dr. D, and this is his illustrated version. Then next to Jerry on that card is Tally II, who plays the character of 2, and this is his illustrated version that you can get. And then next to him is the lovely Asia Lau'ren, who plays the character of Braven, and this is her illustrated version. And then next to her is the lovely Lexie Mccowan, who plays Betty Green in the film Relationship Killers. And with that, we are going to go ahead and call it a night. Again, I cannot thank you enough for all of your support. Thank you for sharing and spreading the word about our film. Again, the film is called Relationship Killers. It's a Black comedy about two people who are in a relationship. They love each other, but they are also having a very hard time communicating that love to one another. And because of that, they decide to go to couples counseling, and our film takes place during their first session, or for their first session, the day of the first session. I have an amazing cast. I have a badass crew. I could not be more excited for this film. You know, it deals with mental health, which is very near and dear to my heart. And the writing, the story, the characters are all very, very Noah. They're very, very me. Again, my name is Noah Waters III. The film is Relationship Killers, and thank you so much for your time and your support. Have a great evening.